I have a unique job. I make my living using other people's minds. I'm a professional hypnotist. Half the time, I'm buzzing around the country entertaining thousands of college students. But the other half, I'm just your average guy. Either way, my life is never dull. The one constant is that people just don't understand what I do. Welcome to my hypnotic world. I'm Paul Ramsay, and I'm about to have my biggest show ever. Great crowd at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. Now we head to Boone, North Carolina, home of Appalachian State. Boone is a college town up in the mountains. Last year was the first time that I ever came to Appalachian State and had a killer show, great crowd. They seem to really like mind games. They love the way that mind games worked. And hopefully we'll have a really big crowd again, and we'll put on an even better show, hopefully.
We're gonna raise a little hell on a Saturday night. We're gonna keep it on going till the morning light. We ain't going home till we get it right. We're gonna raise a little hell on a Saturday night. Come on.
So we were walking around the Boone campus. It was gorgeous, it was beautiful, and we came across these students who were doing something that I had never ever seen before. I talked with the students and they explained to me that slacklining is a sort of hobby where you take a line and you string it up between two trees. So slackliners will set up these lines and they do tricks. Matt had one particular trick that he said he had been able to do in the past, but that for some reason on this particular day, he just wasn't doing well at all. And he asked me if hypnosis could help him recapture the ability to do that trick well.
I'm not great at it, and I used to be good at it, but now I'm pretty shaky. Can you make me just lock in on me?
But you know that you can do it because you've done it. Anything you can do, you can redo, right?
Okay.
Did you ever have a problem? Did you ever have a really bad wipeout with it or anything like that?
I mean, not horrible.
Not horrible. So there's nothing really holding you back fear-wise. It's just a sort of generalized slight fear that you haven't done in a while, right?
It's just shaky kind of
Shaky kind of thing. I use a technique to help him go back and sort of reactivate his muscle memory. Matt, close your eyes, go back in your memory to the last time you clearly remember executing this move flawlessly. And then I want you to just zoom in a little bit, just get a little bit closer to it. Make it bigger, bolder is what we're going for. Bigger, bolder, more confident. Watch yourself doing it. Watch every nuance of how you do it. Position of your body. Watch it over and over again, 4 times as fast, 8 times as fast, over and over again. You feel the difference, right? All right, now get on and feel the difference when you do it. The idea of being able to just work with him for basically a minute to 2 minutes and get him to create the change and the success he needed in that area of athletic performance, it was really, really gratifying to be able to do that. It was fun. That's nice, right? We head over to the venue where the show is going to take place, and it's a big venue. It's actually the Convocation Center. It's an arena where they play their basketball games. It's a little bit intimidating, not so much in terms of performing in front of them, but managing the logistics with this many people here. It means we're probably gonna have a lot of people get hypnotized, and I'm gonna have to scramble with that in terms of not making it drag the show out too long and get down to a core group of people. If you're at one of my shows, you'll see me walk down the line of people and I'll be checking them for these physical signs. Some people, when they get hypnotized, their pupils dilate, they open way up. Some people get increased circulation at the capillary level of the skin, so their cheeks turn all bright red, or the capillaries in their eyes will fill up and their eyes will actually turn pink. Some people when they get hypnotized, if they get deeply hypnotized enough, when you ask them to close their eyes, you'll see their eyes twitch really, really fast. They'll sort of do this light, very fast fluttering thing. One of my favorite things about my job is that even though I do the same things night after night after night, the way that people engage in those things, the way that people participate in my show is subtly different. And then there are moments in which really different things happen that you're not prepared for at all. And it's part of what makes my job so fun and interesting.
Awesome. That's never happened before. All right.
In the show at Appalachian State, this young man gets hypnotized, makes it all the way through the show, and at the end of the show, I learn that he had a date that night. What time would you say it is right now?
It's like 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. I got 9:45. You gotta watch your watch say. And what happens is when people get into hypnosis, they lose their sense of time. There's a distortion in their appreciation of how time is occurring. I say out loud what time it is to someone else who's on stage, and he immediately perks right up and says, "What time is it?"
You said it's 8 o'clock, right?
No, it's 9:45.
I've got a date at 9.
You got a date at 9?
Yeah.
On the one hand, I'm kind of laughing at, how this kind of thing doesn't usually happen and it's kind of funny. But on the other hand, I feel bad. I'm like, oh man, did having this young man in my show, is it going to get him in trouble with the young lady that he has the date with? And I want to help him out a little bit. So I tell him to give me his phone and I call his date. You got a phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dial up your date.
She called me.
She called you. Call her up.
What?
Call her up. What's her name?
Jenny.
Jenny. Jenny, this is Paul Ramsay. I'm a professional hypnotist, and I didn't know that Will had a date with you tonight, and I hypnotized him, and he was in my show, so it's my fault that he stood you up for your date, okay? Okay, that probably sounds pretty weird. You probably didn't expect that to come to you as a phone call, did you? Yeah, I know. So just don't be mad at him, because right now we're in an arena with like 1,000 people, and he was an awesome hypnosis guy. Hey, all right, we cool? All right, great. I'm really sorry. I would have never let him do that if I knew he had a date with you. It's not his fault. He was awesome. All right, you have a great night. All right, bye-bye. She's pissed.
What?
They had 1,332 people at that show, which is by far the biggest crowd I've ever had. To have that many people in a room, and they were so nice. They were so happy and just enjoying themselves, and that is the stuff, man. That is like just the most amazing part of doing this. It's just like, I don't know what else to say about it. Just very, very cool. The visit to Appalachian State really typifies what I enjoy the most about my job. The whole well-rounded, beautiful aspect of my job. I get to travel to this nice place and meet nice people. Then I have a random but really gratifying experience talking with these students who are doing the slacklining and being able to share what I do with them in a way that helps one of them a little bit. And then, even though that was great, I get to go a step further and I get to go over to this amazing venue and perform in front of 1,300 people and have an awesome show. These opportunities to share what I do and have these experiences with people are just fantastic. I really, really feel like I have the best job in the world. Somehow, I have deactivated my GPS without knowing it, which caused me to miss a turn. And since our flights were already late, that meant we were really off the marks. You know, it's funny, I have always had a thing for El Caminos. I would not want to just have that El Camino like that. I would want to pimp it out.
That's your opportunity.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna fire that thing up.